stuffing there for us, Barworks. Love you, Barworks. Shout out. Everyone go to Barworks for their vaping needs and their second hand.
Jelly monsters. We are jelly monsters. We are jelly monsters.
Is it recording?
What's that?
I can't see it.
Neither.
I'm gonna put one.
I wear glasses.
No, it isn't. Someone needs to push record.
It's not. It is recording.
Is it?
Yeah.
Since how long ago?
Ages ago.
You monkey. Monsters.
We are.
Right.
Kia ora koutou katoa.
Kia ora koutou katoa.
Check this out, baby. They call me Zilla.
Yo, so we're the Jelly Monsters and this is Buzzy Things with the Jelly Monsters.
I'm Hooky Monster.
Bubba,
And then there's me.
this is episode 4. This is our 4th episode.
4.
And we are very, very honored to have you watching us today. And we're happy
Yes.
for all those that are following us, subscribing and liking. And
Hey,
Salute, family.
we
just
love
a
you.
bit of a shout out to Legend, Horizon, Zion, Ziana, and Zara Joe, who will be watching this. My tamariki.
Shout out to the little gremlins.
Shout
Love
out
you
to the
Shout out to
kids.
the gremlins. Love y'all.
Love you little kids.
Yeah.
So yeah, today's show is an interesting one. We're going to talk a little bit about what have we been up to in the last week and how my awesome battle went. How was your week, Zilla?
It was actually better. 4 days work, 4 days off.
Oh yeah, how's that going?
I'm loving it. I'm loving the 4 days off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not liking the 4 days back on though. But money's money.
Adulting sucks. How's your week, been, brother?
Yeah. Pretty bit of a cruisy week. Got to catch up with one of the breathers from H-Town Bridge City.
Shout out to JK.
Shout out to Picasso.
Picasso.
Yeah. Old school.
One of the
Official
one of the
MCs.
godfathers of
Yeah.
fucking
Here
tagging
we are.
and graphite here in New
And,
Zealand.
still graphing.
And still
Hey,
graphing.
drop bombs in the
Dropping
house.
bombs.
That's what's up. Another shout out to Aotearoa, Jay Waz,
Let
El
that
Papo,
smoke flow.
and Active.
Shout out to Willis.
Shout out to y'all.
Let that smoke float. Shut up.
Let that smoke flow, bitch.
Salute to the brothers.
Yeah.
How was your
And
week, bud?
one more shout out to Tyner Keelan.
Shout out to
homie?
the Cuzzy Tones.
Sorry, cousin.
Yes.
Shout out, salute the General. Fuck yes.
How was your week, brother?
My week was awesome. Fucking awesome. Absolutely nothing went wrong this week that I can think of that comes to head right now. I had a good week, good mahi week last week, and did a lot of good work with some of the young people here in the Aotearoa region. Some upcoming good hip hop artists, and yeah, it's just exciting to be around all these kids with all the energy and the new vibes and flows, all this trappy sort of drilly trappy stuff that's sort of coming out now.
Yeah.
And so it's exciting to be around that and not be left behind like some of you old mother out there. Other than that, yeah. So my battle went down on the weekend.
How did your battle go?
How did your battle go?
Well, let me tell you something about the battle. Let's talk about leading up to the battle.
It was a great
Yes.
night. It was actually a great night.
Yeah, so the battle night was really awesome. Like some mean as battlers came to Gizzy and really put on. I think everyone's probably done the best I've ever seen of anyone,
Yeah.
bar me. But we'll get to that. Yeah, it was a really good night. Good vibe, good people.
Yeah. Yeah.
We had whānau from Auckland, Wellington, Tauranga, Rotorua all came through to support the 5150 Battle League.
Can't forget H-Town.
Oh, and H-Town, yeah, shout out to JK for coming up, brother. Too much, keeping it for the OGs. And so I got to talk to Lazy Eye before the battle. He was quite nervous and wanted to kind of go on earlier. He was afraid that he'd forget his rounds. I was the opposite. I had no nerves at all. I was fully confident and had no problem thinking that I was going to forget anything. Come to the battle, we jumped on stage and
First round started killing it.
First round started pretty dope. Yeah, I was kind of into it. Second round, I went with a rebuttal that I wasn't too fixed on, and I kind of fucked it up. And it was meant to lead into my round, and because I stuffed up my rebuttal, I didn't really have a follow through, and I completely blanked.
Blank.
So round 2, I blanked after my really badly done rebuttal.
What was the feeling? Feeling blanked. You got knocked the fuck out?
That's probably like the first nerves I felt of the night was when I blanked out. Hearing people say you got it, bro, and take your time and all that sort of shit didn't help. And
they're treating you like a handicap.
It doesn't help. Yeah.
And so I was trying to recover, and in my haste, what I did is I spat my third round. So the third round came out, and that was cool. And what happened was, during his second round, because I went first, so it went me, him, and I'd already had a stumble in the second. And while he was delivering his second round, I was struggling the whole time. I didn't even listen to anything he said. I was struggling the whole time to just try and grasp the first line of my round. I could come up with all these different parts of my round. I was visualizing the words on a page, and I could come up with little parts in the round, but I didn't want to start anywhere random and have like a half-assed round. I wanted my starting line, and I just couldn't think of it.
Yeah.
And it didn't matter what happened, how long it took. I just said, look, I've lost it. I can't think of it. You go, bro, speak your third round.
Is that a bit like those lyrics in their song Heaven and Hell?
It is. It is a little bit like those lyrics in Heaven and Hell. Stuck in the in-between. I actually transported to the upside down. So people were I could hear people reacting to the stuff that he was saying, but I was literally only trying to remember my starting line, and really getting fucked off with myself because I thought I'd practiced well enough.
Yep.
But evidently I hadn't.
It happens though.
Yeah. So that's what everyone says. Everyone says it happens. I wish that it never happened to me because I feel like I'm above that sort of shit. But obviously I didn't practice enough, and the result is I didn't have a third round.
Moral of the story, kids, stay prepared.
Practice makes perfect practice.
Perfect practice makes perfect.
But it happens to us all.
Yeah,
It happens to me.
so that's what happened. So big shout out to Ryan, Tutor, aka Lazy Eye.
Shut up, bro, lazy eye.
He came up and gave me some props at the end.
You're a decent man.
And just showed some aroha to me for the mahi that I put in. And he sort of invited me and Zilla, aka Head of Technique, to come to Auckland and battle in that arena. He said that our skills are at that level and that we should be going there. Zilla said, I'll follow if this fella goes. So like if
I don't move unless Bubba moves.
it's something to consider anyway for the future. I definitely don't. I didn't feel like stink or anything about fucking up. So there's a few people like checking in with me, making sure I wasn't suicidal or anything afterwards, and depressed. That's what it felt like anyway. But to be honest, I honestly didn't feel that stink. I was just bummed out at myself.
Yeah.
For having not delivered.
That's it.
Yeah. So there was like a small moment where I felt stink for everyone else, but I said sorry and that was it. I was over it.
Yeah.
Came home, had a drink, and I felt good.
Yeah.
So I also got a bit of feedback from the bro Ike. Ike reckons that the first round kind of shook him because he first time him being away from his kids, and me going on about him being a shit father and avoiding his kids actually kind of rocked him a bit. So it's unfortunate that I didn't get to do my second round because my second round was Cook Island bars. And in fact, he came up to me afterwards, bro, and he goes, "How did you know I was a Cook Islander?" And I said, "Oh, you said it in one of your battles, bro, that you were half caste and you mentioned Rarotonga or something." And he goes, "Oh, fuck, you did your research." So you won, bro, but if I had delivered that second round, fucking hell. But that's all good. Shit happens. This is battle rap. You win, you lose. It's like a boxing match. You get in the ring, you have a fight, and sometimes the other guy punches harder or you don't punch hard enough. And in this case, I didn't punch hard enough. So I take that on the chin.
He was coming to me after the battle and saying he was going to call me out during the battle too.
Oh, yeah.
So I was telling Ike, set it up. Lazy, I'll put you to sleep.
Yeah.
One that you're not gonna wake up from.
Yeah, and he's gonna split my second round.
Yeah.
So now I'm not gonna send it to you on Facebook so you can see what you nearly died to.
Not only that, there's two guys there that didn't have opponents and they were both scared to get on with me too.
Yep. Because this guy's a killer. Like, he's a vet. He knows what he's doing.
In careers,
Yeah.
Wow.
So
3 so far.
So where we were considering,
Wow, nice.
when we were considering no longer battling and just sticking to the Jelly Monster shit, I'm still kind of in there. I feel like I can't go out like this.
Yeah, I feel like I need a revenge, Bubba.
I
I
can't
ain't going out like that.
I can't go out
going out like that.
I ain't going out. Yeah, so that's sort of the thing. I didn't feel fully prepared for this. I was editing too late into the final week. I should have made sure that I'd finished that shit a couple of weeks ago. Yeah,
But all in all, it was a massive battle.
it was a
I loved
freaking mean night, and our battle was mediocrely good.
Yeah,
And,
it was a good night. They had some nice club sandwiches. The water was nice and cold. Yeah.
So shout out to Evolution Theatre for hosting us and
Yes.
having us there.
Yeah,
I thought
shout
that
out
was a
to
pretty
you.
fucking amazing space.
It was, bro. It was perfect.
I think it's perfect, and I think we should have them there all the time. So, Ike, bro, you did your homework, bro. You found a good place, man. Props to you, brother.
Good work, bro. And that crowd, for the first time, bro, we had a mean battle crowd.
Yeah, it was good.
Fucking, I was loving it. And I wasn't even battling.
Yeah.
I was loving it.
So,
Gizzy,
yeah.
about time, bro. Salute, Gizzy.
And we can only get better. We can get worse, but don't. So shout out to number one.
Shout out to the
Shout out to
35ers for coming
5150.
too.
Shout out to the 35ers for putting it on. Shout out to Strobe and the Noobers getting on stage and
All
just
that
rocking
totoko.
that shit. Shout out to Barnard for supporting just constantly for Gizzy Hip Hop. Yeah.
Definitely.
We got some dopeness here on the coast, man. And it was great to have those boys come through from out of town and just show what they've got too.
Crazy cooks.
They did it.
Crazy Cakes. Shout out to you, my bro.
Shout
Nice
out,
meeting
bro.
you, brother.
Yeah. Man, I think if someone doesn't grab the mic off you, you would never stop. You'd have like a 45-minute freestyle one round.
Next time, brother.
Straight
1
up.
hour. You can do the intermissions.
So yeah, so shout out to Lazy Eye, bro. Much respect to you, brother. And shout out to everyone that showed up and put on.
That was dope.
Yeah, good night. Good
Dope,
fucking
man.
night. And Latu, bro. Shout out to you,
Yeah.
brother.
Hell
Fucking
yeah.
last
Because you fucking killed it, bro. And you
silver
won,
plate.
you won that place.
Whatever his name. Yeah.
Silver pellet.
Silver pellet.
But in saying that thing, that
Silver
is your
medal.
father a gold medal? Like that was crack up, bro.
Yeah. Dio had some good rebuttals, but
But you smashed them.
Latu,
No, you got him, bro.
Latu's-
2-1.
you psychologically messed with him by having your back to him the whole time.
That was funny, bro.
And it was word play delivery.
And I'm actually shocked that you let us know your actual true heritage.
Mm.
So up until now, everyone's thought that you're a full Tongan, but you're one of us. Hoary. It's you, B. You're a fucking Hoary, our silver plate. But no, you put it on, bro, and I think you were the battle of the night in my eyes.
Yes. And you won
So,
the
yeah.
nice little 5150 trophy.
Yeah, that was dope, bro.
Well deserved, bro.
Yeah, bro.
I heard a few groans and moans about you getting that, but you deserved it.
Harry has been here from
I reckon
the
you should
start.
have got the money as well. The fucking. Hey.
Was your money?
The vouchers.
Vouchers.
Oh, you should have got the vouchers as well, bro.
Yes.
Excuse me, family, I'm a bit sick, as usual. Anyway,
Yeah. So that was the battle. That was Saturday night. That was good. Looking forward to the future.
yeah, that was dope.
And yeah. What am I vaping on? Well, today, Fano, as you can see, we're all wearing our Barwicks shirts.
Shout out to Barwicks.
We got a bowl shit.
The vaping Fortnite llama. And all that.
Design. A discount on juice.
Designed by Illicit. So Barwicks actually Barwicks Vape Mart are the sponsors for the Jelly Monsters, and will be supplying us with all our needs for our shows when we come out. And yeah, so we got these shirts, and today we're going to be reviewing the Air Scream kit.
Air
So-
screen.
The Air Scream kit by Air Pops. This is a starter kit. This costs $28.90. And you can get it at Barwick's Vape Mart here in Gizzy and a few other reputable dealers around Aotearoa, New Zealand. When you buy this for only $28.90 from Barwick's, we show you how to set it up and how to use it straight away. So I'm going to do that for you right now. So inside here is a little tin foil cartridge. It comes with your mod, your first pod, and a charger, which plugs into USB. It's magnetic.
Are those already charged?
These come fully charged, ready to go. So you remove your mod from the package, you remove your pod, and your charger. Your charger plugs into the side of your laptop or into whatever little USB slot you have, and this is magnetic, so it just goes on like that. It can go sideways, go upways, it can even go downways.
Downwards.
Downways.
Amazing.
Flat earth.
That way.
Up earth. Down earth.
Flat Earth.
When you get your pod, it comes with a couple of little things on it to protect it. We have a little rubber cover at the bottom protecting the connectors, and we have a little bung just in there. I'm going to pull that bung out. Now, what we do before we give it to people, we tell them to give it a few sucks. What I'm doing there is I'm just getting the juice into the cotton. Just a few times. This flavor is, what flavor is this? It's called Ocean's 11, and it is not shit. It is tobacco cigar banana.
How many megs?
Really?
36 milligrams, or 3.6%. And then
Who you recommend those vape to?
if you're quitting smoking and you want a cheap starter, $28.90 is all it takes. And then these pods are only $5 each. You vape one, when you're finished, you throw it away, you buy another $5 pod, you put it in.
No, you don't just throw it away, you put it in the rubbish, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Tidy Kiwi.
Don't forget to sign the vape petition.
And there's no button on this to push? No.
There's no button.
No
you just
button.
You just suck.
give it a suck. That's what she said.
Holy shit. It tastes like a cigar. What the fuck? Oh, mate. It was like 30 something weeks in there.
Tough break.
That was pretty good, eh?
That's tough break.
I like how he bomb puffed it. He didn't inhale shit.
I inhaled it. Straight to the lung, bro.
Okay. One more try. If I noob out,
We all just kissed each other.
I'm gonna love kissing.
Without contact.
Who knows who the fuck you've been kissing?
No one. Nobody.
So yeah,
No good for me.
we will find the right level for you when you come in. You might be on a 0, a 36, or a 50. This is really popular, milligrams. So this is really popular with the young folks.
Oh,
They get these and they go out clubbing and they don't care if they lose it. Whereas if they lose this, it's $100. If they lose this, it's less than a packet of cigarettes. Plus they can get 50 milligrams, and 50 milligrams is really hard.
here's another tune.
No, this is a 36. So shout out to the boys at Barwick's, Matt, Chase, Lance.
Shout out to Barwick's.
Shout out to
Shout
Marina,
out to Bob.
Yes.
BVM.
Got some nice stuff in there for us. Barwick's. Love you, Barwick's. Shout out. Everyone go to Barwick's for their
Love you,
vaping
Barwick's.
needs and their second hand needs. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
On to the next one.
On to the next one. Okay, so that's us for our vaping segment. $28.90 for an air scream kit from
Yeah, get one. They're pretty
Barwick's
nice
Vape
now.
Mart. $28.90.
Stop smoking.
How much
Go
is
and
a
get one of
packet of
those.
smokes now, bro? The
It's like
cheapest.
$100, bro.
$20.
Oi.
Yeah.
Is
$20.
it Tailies?
Tailies. Yeah.
What are they called?
The Asian ones and And you-
I think roughly $25 is the cheapest.
Yeah, $25.
It's the
$24.90.
cheapest 20 packet of smokes at the moment, and it's going up and it's going up and it's going up. And again, to the Associate Health Minister, Salisa, you fucking idiot, banning bloody flavors.
Yeah, you come and hang out with me for a bit, girl, and you bring me back on par.
And then we'll
We'll see
know who's
Papa.
kissing.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Come and see Papa.
Righty ho, guys. And now it's time for snack time.
Yes.
What do we have today, Hooky?
Oh, today we got some Coldstream oranges
Coldstream oranges?
from Coldstream.
From Coldstream.
Where's Coldstream?
It's in Gisborne.
Yes, Coldstream is in Gisborne.
Shout out to the local Coldstream.
So yeah, these come from the local tree from the Garden of Eden.
They look very healthy.
They are very, 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 very nice. They got a couple pips in it, but that's all right. Kids don't swallow the pips. Oranges will grow out your ears.
So these oranges are from my tree.
Yes.
That's really good.
Empties. Yeah.
That's a really good orange.
Yeah, it is.
Shit, my oranges are nice.
That's
Yeah.
exactly what I need too. Bit of vitamin C.
Yes, it might help your cold. Very bigger than when you leave.
There's a lot of seeds.
So these are Coldstream oranges. Whānau. Recommend. These are the best
You recommend coming to my house and stealing them?
because nearly all finished anyway. So if there's anyone out there that knows this fella, get a hold of him, and they'll give you the key to the gate.
They're worth every cent.
You can't get these oranges anywhere else in New Zealand.
Only
On
at
Cold
Coldstream in
Yeah.
Gisborne. It's a suburb.
What's this?
Right. Thank you, Hooky, for that.
Thank you,
You're
Hooky.
welcome.
That was delicious.
That was
And
great.
I appreciate that.
Tasted better than
And they're
cupcakes.
chilled too, so they're Coldstream.
They bit cupcakes
They
and
beat
they
cupcakes.
bit Filipino ears.
Yes.
Rightio.
Where's the button on this bad movie?
Nah, not allowed to use it.
Why?
Just couldn't find the button.
Ah, it's at
Praise
the
the
bottom.
Lord. Praise Jesus.
Lord, for these beautiful creatures.
Blood.
Nah, you push it up where it's McMod. It's not for noobs.
There's a banana in this, it's pretty nice.
It is nice, eh? It's fun.
It's like it's a banana cigar.
That's what it is.
That's great.
Fucking beautiful. To be honest. I like cigars. I like the Cuban ones. The ones you're not allowed to buy.
Rightio.
Radio.
We're moving on now, folks, to our next segment, which is music. And what have we been reviewing this week? Nothing. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about who are our favourite New Zealand artists. Starting with me.
Local or famous? Oh, famous.
Who are our favourite New Zealand hip-hop artists.
Okay.
So I'm going to say my most famous underground artist that I know, unknown, but kind of known, is Aerolake, aka El Loco.
Okay, Fat Moles.
So he is one of my favorite MCs in New Zealand, and when you guys hear about him and he starts bringing out his music, you're gonna know.
What group is he in?
He's in We Let That Smoke
We
Flow.
Did-
He came from Rec Sessions 101.
Yes.
So yeah, that's our old crew, and We Let That Smoke Flow is the new.
The new.
Yeah.
Mean.
And they're our brothers. So like Jelly Monsters, We Let That Smoke Flow, we're all brothers.
If you want to hear some El Loco Cuz, you can find his music on SoundCloud and on the Rec Sessions 101 YouTube page. Videos produced by me. And and funny enough, my favorite underground New Zealand MC who's famous as is our local cuz, my little brother. He's my favourite MC. Hey. And then Brocus. This fella named Brocus. He is main too.
Who's Brocus?
Who's Brocus? AKA Buzzy
Jelly
Beats.
Bubba.
AKA
AKA
Jelly Bubba.
the monster himself.
AKA Young Taffy T.
So,
AKA the Godson. AKA Choke Master Fleece.
but yeah, bro, Buzzy wrapped it all up in one. Yep, he's my favourite MC too. So,
That's my favourite underground one.
yeah, favourite
Because
underground.
I'm the weirdo of the group. I don't really know our local, but what I have heard of him is the man. Aside from the brother, it would be Buzzy too.
Yeah.
Those couple songs that you showed me in the studio, bro, those are fucking unequaled in the whole NZ, I believe.
Should have been here the other night when we were ciphering, eh, brother?
Oh,
Oh,
bro.
mate, I put out some BVs from years ago with instrumentals.
Oh, So I had an album a long time ago called Rapcology 101.
8 years ago.
And it hit number 1 in New Zealand on
Yes,
Reverb
we
Nation. I remember when I was number 7, just behind Marikwa. And then I woke up one morning and I had all these new followers and fans because I'd hit number 1 in New Zealand, and that sort of gets you a bit of hype.
Yep.
And
Yep.
and then we sort of parted ways because I came back to Gizzy and the bros stayed over there in Waikato, and then I was doing my thing, the bros were doing their thing, and it's just now that we've all come back together and we've re-established with a new thing.
We were under Rick Sessions 101 at the time too.
Rick Sessions 101.
Yeah.
We actually started off with Cypher Sound,
Yeah.
which is another
Cypher Sound Productions.
another fucker popper.
Yeah.
To where we come from with the G Official MCs, 07 Central, XRPA, Aotearoa Tribal Flows.
But due to some gang references, my man we needed to switch it up a little bit. So
Just
we
switched it up.
Swayed a little.
Just
swayed a little bit. That's always our
Still the same
Still
with
the
a
same,
different spice.
with
you
a
know?
different name.
Just
So
added a couple of
yeah.
yeah.
It was,
Sugar and spice and everything nice.
yeah,
Yeah.
everything nice. Yeah, so Rapcology 101, the album. If you want to buy it, it's $30 USB. If you want to get a copy of it, you contact my man here. We can send it out to you. You pay him, and we'll send it out through courier.
Cover art, everything, the whole
Yeah.
CD.
Yeah, it all comes all in one on a USB.
It's not a waste of money for me.
It's not a waste of money. It's $30 a USB,
The skills of this man.
and that's yours to own. You can have it.
Yeah.
So,
Thanks,
yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
Thanks. My favorite in the industry, hip hop artist in NZ would probably be. Fuck, I really like Smooth, eh?
I like DJ Smooth. Smooth's
Yeah,
in the house.
DJ
Shout out to DJ Smooth.
DJ Smooth,
Where's
Yeah.
that bro?
No Flight Zone.
No Flight Zone, Machete
Villains.
District.
Machete District. Yeah, all the way in
Sapilu
Aussie.
Gang.
I've never heard of him.
So, yeah, I might have to post a link to you, my
Sapilu
brother,
Gang,
Smooth.
Villains.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he started off just as a DJ, eh?
Yeah, he was DJ Smooth for, part-time DJ for Four Corners, and used to do the DJing at the Catalyst when we used to go run up in there and fuck shit up. Drink all the purse.
Shout outs to the Catalyst that doesn't
Real,
exist.
true story, real story. And then the next time I seen them, I went to this hip hop summit thing in Hamilton they had, and I seen DJ Smooth rapping on stage with the bro Kuma, and I was like, what? The bro's an MC too. And then all his free downloads are on A-Bro website. On the free downloads. Yeah. So, DJ Smooth's in the
And he
house.
suits his name when it comes to his lyricism, his MC skills. He is just a smooth motherfucker.
He's just SMV.
He's
all
SMV
day.
all day. Like his DJing style, his MCing style, his
Production,
production.
beats,
Everything's so
everything.
smooth. Like you fucking killed it, bro. Straight up.
Oh,
So he's one of my favorite in the industry
Yeah.
artists, all arounder too. He's an all rounder.
Oh, check that. See, we have good taste, similar taste. Me and the brother. We're aliens.
What about you, brother?
I'm a weirdo.
That's all right. You're allowed to be a weirdo.
Um,
We call it odd here. Okay, this household is now odd.
I don't know. I think one of my
Oh,
favorites, bro, would be Shea Fu.
Mm.
Mm.
Because
Shout out to Shay Fu.
Shout out to
saying-
Seafood. Shout out to
Ness.
King Caps.
I'm not saying I was a bad student or anything, or that I was smart or dumb, but he was to pass school. I ended up using chains. So all I had to do was recite chains, and through doing that, because of the message of the song, that's how I passed school in many ways. So shout out to Shay Fu,
Yeah,
the
shout
man
out
on
to
the
Shay Fu. My friend here, he actually spent a bit of time with Shay Fu.
Yeah, it was pretty cool when the bros came through for their headlock tour. Caps and Shay, I picked them up from the airport, took them to their hotel, chilled out with them a little bit. Took them to KFC, get some kai. Picked them up the next day. We walked around town. They went and got some shirts custom made at Kingpin.
Shout out to Kingpin.
Shout out to Kingpin.
Took them to Perfect Roast. We had a kai over there. Shay shouted. Too much, cuzzy.
That's what's up.
Yeah, and then took them to the airport the next morning. And I also hosted the gig that they performed at. So it was actually for Gabrielle. Shout out to Gabrielle Tamihana. And that's my cat dragging her bowl around, wanting food. But we don't believe in feeding animals here.
No.
It's against my religion
Yes.
as an Islamic Muslim from the Roman Catholic Church.
From the Roman Catholic Earth.
So shout out to the brother Shay. Shout out to you, Widimu, Bill, King Caps. We actually came up with a little crew. Well, actually, I didn't. Caps did. He's like, started calling us the Mangere Massive.
Mangere Massive.
Mangere Massive, which I think means monkey.
Mangere.
So we had a hand sign and everything, all for 3 days. But it was a pretty fucking cool time hanging out with the bros, and we added each other on Instagram and shit, because I was the hoary vapester at the time, and they were buzzing out on all the vape stuff I knew. I was hard out in taquito at the time, and I'd lost a bunch of weight, and interested in that stuff too. So shout out to the brothers here, man. Schaefer's the fucking
Yeah,
man.
bro, he's gangster.
Massive.
That remix is mean too.
Mangere Massive.
Yeah. And shout out to DLT that was on that chains.
Yeah, DJ
DLT. Who else
DLT.
was on there?
Chale.
Bennett
Bennett. Yeah.
Pormano was on there.
Who else was
Damn
on there?
Native?
I think so.
Was Damn
It
Native?
was a great song, bro.
Yeah, shout out to Damn Native.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been to the monster shit.
Yeah. The brother Damn Native, he's been over home with Rob Mukaraka, who borrowed my gears and took it off for his show around the coast.
Is he a Chalega fella? Or Galega fella?
Kalega? No.
Oh,
No,
no.
that's Rob Wuha.
Oh.
Yep. But we know the guy that made the song, Tyler.
Yeah.
Kalega.
True, cuzzy.
So yeah, that's cool. New Zealand hip hop artists. So we've got Aeroloke, Buzzy Burkus, and Smooth and Shay Fu.
Yes.
So there's
Definitely in my top anyway.
yeah, we've got a whole bunch that we like, but that's
Yeah.
can't go past it. Shout out to the 35% on the East, they hold it down, and that's what it is.
Especially on the weekend. That was mean. Top man's for the Totoko.
And now it's time to beat the beat with
Beat the beat,
Hooky.
the beat, 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 beat.
Check it out. Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, what I have right in front of me is a Machine Mark II. I make beats, but I don't make beats of this and record them. I'm doing this strictly so I can go into beat battles. Hopefully next year I'll be going to rep my beats in Mangere at the Art Centre.
We are. We're going
We
to
are.
Monsters.
You know, we might even do a set there if we're allowed to. But anyway, I'm just going to have a little jam, 2 minutes. So we'll start off with the basic drum beat. Yeah. What's up?
Come on. Yo. Little shorty, only 13 years on the planet. Life's been hard, you can see she's been damaged. Sexual behaviors, provocatively dressing. Boyfriend's 24, doesn't care if he's arrested. Can't get her a woman, so he preys on little children, even though she had it all. Yo, Jelly Monsters, man. How easy does that look, Fano? What he's not telling you is that he's actually he's the one that got these samples from different songs, and he's changed the pitch and he's flexed them out and he's made them fit so they go to the beat. And he can actually change the pitch on any of these samples at any time, make them faster or slower, and they'll still rock to the beat. So when you come to the Jelly Ship, sometimes we have jam sessions in here at night, and the bro goes hard on that. I go hard on the lyrics, but the bro came over more. He did too. But he's a new daddy, so you gotta do his daddy thing. Swing, swing the gavel. Drop the gavel, scrape your face along the gravel. I'm unraveled. My mind travels faster than.
Yeah. You swore I tore faggots right off the floor, cause when it's on I stroll, jumping right off the wall with 10 steps I draw, animal claws and all, smacking your back like cats, strapped with lyrical text, hit them so fast they ass collapse with blast effects, coming off, jumping like they paid the cost, it's the monsters in the building, all these faggots are lost.
Yeah.
Some people better rap shit.
Best ever. Yo,
That's what's up.
beats by Hooky.
Beats by Hooky.
Yeah. Rick Sessions 101. We let that smoke flow, bitch. And that's what's up. Yeah.
Right, and our main topic for today is we're going to talk about what's happening in the next few weeks here in Gisborne.
What's happening in the next few weeks here in
Well,
Gisborne?
thank you for asking. It's a very good question, and I'd like to let you know. Do you know what's happening in the next few weeks?
I seen the thing about the Endeavour.
What is an endeavour?
An Endeavour is a ship.
The Endeavour is a ship.
It's also something else.
A loke. There's a loke out there named Endeavour as well.
So, what's happening is, for a while now, there's been a waka traveling from Tahiti, and they're doing the same journey that they used to do, the forefathers and our tupuna used to do from Hawaii, Pomomau, and Hawaii, all that. They're coming, and they've been
Rowing.
all the way here, and they arrive here on the 5th, I think.
Is it full waka, paddling or sail?
I think it's a bit of both.
Bit of
So
both.
the wakas get here on the 5th. There'll be a big poeti for them. I think it's the 5th. And on the 6th, people are able to go down and actually go and visit the waka and go on it, I think.
Is there anything else happening down there?
Also on the 5th at the Sound Shell here in Gisborne, in Awapuni, the Te Mana Oti Whānau Kite Day is happening from 12 o'clock to 5 p.m. So take your kids and your whānau down there. And I am the DJ for that. So there will be around about 10 acts. And it's been emceed by The Wiz and Martai Smith from Turanga FM. And I will be doing DJs in between all the sets. So we've got Anika Moore, we've got The Pines, we've got a whole bunch of other groups
Yeah.
playing on that day.
Is there an old Sting train going to be there?
I don't know, you tell us about it, do you know?
I do not know, but I heard there is. The old steam train that they usually pull out once a year is going to be going across the bombing bridge. I call it the bombing bridge because it's a good place to go drop bombs. And going up the railway tracks, and there'll be like little paid trips or something like that.
Yep, so you can jump on the old steam train.
Yeah.
There's also over a period of 2 weeks,
Choo-choo train.
it's the Tide Awhiti Music Arts Festival. There'll be stages all around the city, and there will be performances by actors and playwrights and musicians and other art sculptures and things that are already starting to be revealed, such as the Te Maro statue that's down by Rongofukata where the old monument is at the port. So if you go down towards Kaiti Beach, you'll see the monument outside the port, and there's a new sculpture there. There's a whole bunch of sculptures getting revealed.
Is there one up the hill?
Yeah.
Nice.
And also, what happened last week is a whole bunch of tonga were returned from England after being stolen by Captain Cook and his men 250 years ago.
Wow.
So 250 years ago, next week, the Endeavour landed here for the first time, and it wasn't a good encounter. So what happened was, and there's many different versions of the story, and I'm giving you my paraphrased version. The Endeavour came in, Maori were all like, "Oh, what the fuck's this shit?" And then they jumped onto their little dinghy off their boat and they rowed in. And I think as the locals came to come and see what was happening and who these people were, one of the Cook soldiers, did a warning shot. And instead of everyone scattering, they're all like, "Ooh, ooh, what's this magic?" And they got closer, and then they got scared and shot and killed someone. And then they went back to their ship. It was a bit of a failed attempt. I'm probably getting the story all wrong, but I'm giving you a very rough idea of kind of what happened. Then they tried again. They rode up one of the Turanga rivers, and then they saw some gardeners, and one of the men again shot the gardeners along the riverbank, and they got chased off again.
Trigger happy.
So they travelled all the way, and they just got to New Zealand. They were hungry, they were starving, they were paru, they stunk, and they had no water and they had no supplies, and that's what they were hoping to get by coming here for the first time, was to get some supplies. After 2 failed encounters, and again, I probably got those encounters wrong. After 2 failed encounters, they left with nothing, except for having killed some people and lost some people. Now, then, that's why James "Fuck You" Cook named this place Poverty Bay.
Oh, that's why, because we had nothing.
Because he left with nothing.
What
There was plenty for him to have if him and his troops weren't dickheads.
Oh, at least he died.
Yeah, you got killed in Hawaii, yeah.
Yeah, Hawaii, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Oh, sorry, yeah, Hawaii. Yeah.
So you turn up here in Gisborne, just don't be a dickhead.
So what's happening now is that the replica Endeavour is set to arrive here again on the 8th of October, which is again next week.
How do you feel about that?
So so there's going to be some protests going on,
Seems a bit weird.
because it's sort of like let's invite back all the bad memories that we have, because New Zealand feels good about it. Well, white New Zealand does anyway.
Yeah.
Because it's history and it's cool, but do you just bring back the ship again and fucking... You alright?
They better not have any guns, eh? They probably do have machine guns.
So originally the idea was that they would be poheri'd in, and then a lot of people said, nah,
Hell
fuck
no.
that.
Straight up.
Fuck that, fuck them. Pating.
Ba-dong.
Someone loves me.
Everyone loves you.
Thank you. So the Endeavour's coming, and fuck that. Fuck them.
Straight up.
Fuck that memory. It's not a good memory. It's not a good time. But if you're into it, here's the diplomacy. If you're into it, on the 9th, you're able to actually travel out to the replica Endeavour, go on and have a look around.
That's pretty disrespectful.
So we're going to go out there and set a few timers now. Jokes!
Rainbow Warrior.
So, that's what's happening. We've got the Tairāwhiti Music Arts Festival with a whole bunch of amazing artists and acts coming down here.
Be there.
And then we also have the Endeavour coming 3 days after the waka arrives. And it's history. It's a
Whose
reason.
idea was it to bring that stupid thing back?
I don't actually know.
If it was your idea, you're a dick.
So it's 250 years since.
Right on the anniversary.
And you know, one of the cool things that have come out of what's been going on in New Zealand is that now actual New Zealand history, from not just a white perspective, is going to be taught in schools. So there's a bunch of high school kids that have been trying for years to get it to go through, and finally it's gone through, and this year and next year they will start rolling out the curriculum, which includes New Zealand history from a Maori world point of view.
Shout out to those rangatahi, eh?
Shout out to those kids that are some of them adults now. Shout out to you fellas for starting with your young minds and forcing it through. There's actually a girl here on the coast that was pushing it forward too.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
So yeah, the future of New Zealand is looking bright. In some respects,
Yeah.
our education is good for our kids to find out the true pūrākau or stories of where they're living. Like a lot of people, they hear Gisborne and they think Ngāti Porou. It's not.
It's not.
Gisborne is Rongo Whakaata. Okay? So if you're thinking Gisborne, it's Rongo Whakaata. There's a couple other iwi there too. But this side of the bridge is Ngāti Porou. So you go over the bridge. If you see the mobile, you're in Ngāti Porou area.
It's Mahaki as well on the other side.
Yep.
Hooky and Ngāti Porou on the side. Salute the family.
So yo, that's us for today. Thank you for listening and tuning in. We really love it that you want to watch us and have a good laugh and a crack up and get a little bit of information while you're at it.
Straight up,
Yes.
keep watching.
Information in.
Also, keep your eyes peeled for the future battles and releases of the Jelly Monsters. We're looking for bigger and better things as well.
Yes.
Like, share, subscribe. You know,
Like, share, subscribe.
yeah, like, share, and subscribe, comment.
Yep.
Yeah, leave comments
Let us know how you feel.
or what you want to see.
Yeah, tell us what you want to see, what you want us to talk about. What are we talking about next week?
We will let you know next week. But if you want a USB, $30, get in contact with my man.
or message the
All the
page.
money goes to good cause, to the business. Yes.
So next week we'll definitely talk about how my gig went on the weekend, and we'll have another amazing, exciting topic for you to look forward to. You won't look forward to it because you don't know what we're going to do. Because, yeah, and a new snack.
A new snack.
An actual snack.
That's a snack.
That's more like a
Snack.
That's a snack. He's being mean to my snack. Or his snack. He's being mean to his snack.
Hey, you are mean to my snack. You just call my snacks kids' ears.
You told us halfway through eating it was covered in
I
bugs.
think they were.
They were.
Oh,
They're
kids'
little
ears.
And
Yeah.
you told us after we passed it around, I wonder if this is a bad time to say this, but that was covered in bugs.
Yeah. So Coldstream oranges, there's only one place in the world you can get them. That's why they are one-offs. Yeah.
We appreciate you.
Yeah, we appreciate you. We
All
love
of
you.
yous.
Yep. Shout out to my tamariki again. Legend. Shop boy. Love you. Harry. Zion. Zara and Ziana. And my girl Active. Much love to all of you. Yeah. Any shout outs to your tamariki?
Nah, he's not old enough yet.
But
What?
he will be.
Shout out to my little man. Shout out to Loco. Shout out to Shay, Capisi. Shout out to Buzzy for being the man.
SMV. Tynes.
Shout out to myself, because I'm the man. Shout out to Hooky, because he's the man.
Shout out to
Bucky.
Barwicks, Jason.
Shout out to Barwicks.
Shuffle the shirts, my bro.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Salute, killer.
We out.
We're off.
I've been Zilla.
I haven't been Zilla.
And I am Hooky.
And I'm Joseph.
I'm Jacob.
I'm Richard.
And we are the
Fuck.
Shalimar.
We are fucked.
What's up, boys? Wow, so if you want to try one.
The sheep's balls.
Yeah.
You'll recognize it straight away, bro, because he loves balls.
Sheep's balls. I made that up. It's a sausage.
Oh.
Big cat's balls.
Select niggas.
Why eat a sheep's balls when you can eat the sheep?
Oh, it's like a delicacy, bro.
It's not.
It's a fucking delicacy, and if you live in the country, you would know that.
Someone needs to push record.
It's not. It is recording.
Is it?
Yeah.
Since how long ago?
Ages ago.
You monkey.
Don't drink and drive, kids.
Unless it's not your car and you're stealing it, you need to get away from the police. You might recognize this song. No, you might recognize the song, but you recognize the fucking music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just can't stole it. No, not really.
Really, they just bit us to the punch. They bit us to the punch. We recorded this before they came out.
Straight up.
Last thing that I said, you like me? Well, take me off to your bed.
What do you call an alien with no eyes? Zilla?
What do you call an alien with no eyes? Alan?
Alan.
Alan.
Jesus, have your hand on our beautiful sisters as we praise them unto you.
Thank the Lord. Praise Jesus.
Praise Jesus.
Thank you, Lord, for these beautiful creatures.
Beautiful.
Thank the Lord. Praise Jesus.
Praise Jesus.
Thank you, Lord, for these beautiful creatures.
Hallelujah.
Thank the Lord. Praise Jesus.
Praise Jesus.
Thank you, Lord, for these
Beautiful creatures.